All these people on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, they're clowning this man, but all those fat people clowning him and roasting him sitting on their couches don't understand that he... I told myself I wasn't going to make a video on this, but I continue to see it on my timeline, and it kind of pisses me off and frustrates me because one, people don't understand, and two, I can somewhat relate to it, and I'll explain that in just a second. The main reason I'm going to give my 2 cents on the entire situation is because I failed to realize a lot of people, they don't understand what living in the South is like. Whoa, hold on. I know a bunch of you are probably confused and have no idea what I'm talking about, and you're sitting there saying, yo Matt, what in the heck is going on? We're not going to do no intro, no none of that. We're just going to jump straight into it. As we all know, or if you keep up with the NFL, all the new first round, second round, and all the picks in the NFL draft, they're starting to do their spring practices, or I guess really summer practices. Normally, there's nothing ever really to say about this, because it's just young guys getting used to the system and getting used to their new team. However, there's been one situation, more importantly, one player that's been getting joked on and everybody's laughing at him. What's concerning people even more is that he was a top NFL draft pick and he was the Tennessee Titans first round draft pick. The player I'm talking about is Treylon Burks. He's supposed to be their new star wide receiver that is supposed to replace AJ Brown. I don't really think you're going to replace AJ Brown because that dude's a stud, but you can try to compensate for his absence. Ironically, I happen to keep up with this guy a ton in college football because he plays in the SEC. He went to Arkansas, and that's mainly what I watch a lot of, college football and especially the SEC. I don't want to label him as a utility wide receiver or a gadget guy, but he can do a little bit of everything. He's not a Julio Jones who's going to go up and mosh you, but he's also not a Tyreek Hill. He's got speed, he's got size, but he's somewhere in the middle of that. He's not really known for one thing. Like I said, he's just really good at everything, and that's awesome. The Titans got him listed at 6'3", 225, and that's great size at the wide receiver position. And seeing what he did at Arkansas, it really impressed me. He got better and better every single season. It really seems like he's coming into his element, and I wouldn't be shocked if he's a star in the NFL down the road. I'm going to assume a vast majority of you don't watch Arkansas football games, so let me enlighten you. They're not known to be a spread out offense like Alabama or LSU a couple of years ago where they're slinging the ball every play and scoring 50 points. I don't want to call them old school, but they haven't really adapted to the new times. But with that being said, Treylon Burks, he was still going off. In his first year there in 2019, he had 475 yards. In 2020, he had 820. And in 2021, he had 1,100. I wanted to share those numbers to you because I think they're beyond impressive because like I said, Arkansas, they're not this high-powered offense. If you were to put him on Oklahoma last year or Alabama, who knows what he would have done. Anyways, getting back on topic with the current situation, you get the point. He's supposed to be a breakout star. Or maybe not a breakout star in the NFL, but everyone expects him to be really good. Recently, he had his first NFL practice, and let's just say it didn't go according to plan because he didn't even finish the practice and he had to quit. There's been leaked videos of him walking to the locker room and everybody's joking on him. According to the reports, and I'm going to show you right here, he was doing all the team drills, but he was having trouble breathing. He wound up going inside the locker room, but he didn't return, tried doing some more drills, and had to go back for the second time, and he didn't return. Everybody's trying to say, oh, he's out of shape, he's not ready for the NFL, and blah, 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 blah. All these people on Twitter, Instagram, whatever, they're clowning this man, but all those fat people clowning him and roasting him sitting on their couches don't understand that he has asthma. As a former athlete myself, I had asthma, I had an inhaler, I know how this stuff goes. I didn't have it really bad where I had to use my inhaler in the games, but I had teammates that did. Having asthma doesn't correlate with you not being in shape, and it's hard to explain. If you have it, you know what I'm saying. If you have asthma, you just generally can't breathe at times, and it's difficult. But here's where I want to give my 2 cents and why I think people are missing the point. The Tennessee Titans are located in Nashville, Tennessee. Why is that important? Because if you're from the states Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, anywhere near the South, you know how brutal the summers get. And in Nashville during his first practice, it was 86 degrees. Hold on. I know what some of you are saying. Matt, 86 degrees? That's nothing. If you're not from the South, I wouldn't even expect you to try to understand how bad it is. I'm going to give you a great comparison. I saw it somewhere. I'm not even going to try to find it, but it's cold hard facts. They said that 81 degrees in the Southeast is the equivalent to almost 125 out in California or Arizona. Why is it like that? Because the humidity is what makes it hot. It's not really the temperature. The South, and like I was saying, more importantly, the Southeast where Tennessee is located, it is so humid and it makes it sticky heat. It's not dry heat like out west, it sticks to you, and that's what makes it unbearable. And imagine you have asthma to go on top of that. That's what makes it all worse. It's so hard to even explain. You can't even stand outside in June or July without sweating. Not even moving, just standing. You're gonna sweat within 15 minutes. I see a lot of people thinking this may be a reoccurring problem. I don't think so. I just think he had a bad day. He played football for Arkansas, and they're considered to be in the Southeast. I don't think he's going to have any problems. Granted, the NFL, yes, they may push him a little harder, but come on now, this dude's an athlete. Here's what the Titans head coach had to say about it. I think it's hard to think that they can recreate with the trainer how we do things, and we see that with guys that have come back and started with our offseason program, and guys that have joined us a few weeks in. It's just different. Also adding, I know that they're working and they think they're trying to get in shape, but that's just not the case. That's something we have to focus on and try to make sure we're getting some work in, but with all of them, we're just trying to be as smart as we possibly can. And last but not least, he added, if Treylon Burks is out there tomorrow, we'll catch him up. It's getting completely blown out of proportion. To say this guy's out of shape and he's not going to be ready for the NFL, that's ridiculous. I think he's going to be just fine, but let me know your thoughts on this down below. Moving on to our second and final topic of this video, we got to talk about old Antonio Brown. Good old Antonio. Where do you even start with this man? There's so many places. Don't worry, I'm not going to do a history lesson on him. We just got to talk about what's going on with him today. I really considered splitting up both of these videos, but I don't want to spend too much time giving Antonio any attention that he wants because he begs for it. Earlier today, to be more specific, at 11:04 a.m., he tweeted out, I just want to retire a Steeler. Under that tweet, only 17 minutes later at 11:21, he made it more clear and said, I don't want to play, just retire so we're clear. Here's my question, and I'd have to ask Antonio Brown this. Why in the world would the Steelers even consider giving him that chance and opportunity? This man has burned so many bridges time after time with great people and great teams. He bashed Tom Brady after Brady let him sleep in his house. It infuriates me so much. It's so mind-boggling and it's hard to fathom. I almost believe there's something actually wrong with him. I don't actually almost believe it. I truly do. I don't want to say he has CTE because I'm not a doctor, but something is just not working correctly in his brain. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible, but the things he does, it just blows my mind. I don't even know how to put it in words. And it's not like he's messed up once, twice, 3, 4 times. It's been like 10 or 12 times. It's a repeating cycle. He'll mess up, beg for a new opportunity. He'll get that new opportunity, then he'll mess it up again and beg for another one, and it continues to go on. Maybe this isn't a good comparison, but I think it is. It's almost the equivalent to him going up to me and saying, hey, Matt, can I have $5? I give him $5. He rips it in half and comes back 5 minutes later and says, hey, Matt, can I have $5? It sounds crazy, right? But that's what he's done with all of his contracts. That's the only way I know how to describe it. I'm very curious. Let me know what you think about this Antonio Brown mess. If you were the Steelers, would you give him that chance? And I get it. He don't even want to play for him. He just wants to retire, but I don't even think he's earned that right with them. I'm not here to criticize him and beat him down. I just thought it was strange how he tweeted that out randomly. But yeah, with that being said, let's go, babies!